Hello, my creative clan. I think that's me live now. Creative clan, that was what we decided on. It is now. Hello, my creative clan. I hope you've had an awesome week, and thank you for joining me again. Today is part 2 of the Maker's Needle Felted 2D Butterfly Kit, where we hopefully get to finish this butterfly. But before we do, I've got... It's not even a little review. I'm not going to review these things apart from to just use them. But I just want to show you a couple of things. The ladies from the Makers amazingly kindly sent me a couple of things to help me make my butterfly even better. So I'm excited. Firstly, because I did comment that my multi-needle tool, well, I tried with this and I wasn't getting on with this tool at all. So they sent me a little multi-needle tool, which is cool. I've had a similar one to this in the past, which I've totally lost. But basically, it's literally a punch tool, and it's even got a little safety, so the needles are hidden when you're not using it. Awesome, so thank you so much. So this tool, I don't even know what needles are in it, but it's full of needles, so we'll see. And even more exciting, they have sent me a needle felting mat. Now, I've seen these in the past, the little ones you get from Clover, and I never really thought to use them. But this is a more substantial one, so we'll give it a go. First impressions, actually, they're much firmer than I thought they were. So that's really interesting. I'm assuming the difference will be bits aren't going to stick to it because it's not a fibrous structure, it's just hairs poking up the way, so if I poke down there's nothing for it to stick to, so hopefully that'll help with that. But yeah, excited to give this a try, and hopefully that'll speed us up. My thinking is I'm going to put the colours in with the single needle and the method and the felting mat that I was already doing, and then try and tidy everything up using this. It's kind of fun to touch. It's not the texture you think at all. It's very firm. Anyway, yeah, random aside. But we're going to get on with that. So let's just quickly check the chat and then we'll get working. Diane's in the house. Hello there. And Mo, hello. Pamela, hi there. And, well, Pamela K and Pamela Miller, hello there. And Serena, hello. Right. Let's look at where I've got to and get felting. I'm excited because last time, if you haven't seen the live video from last week, I did all of the background, and now we've got the exciting bit because we're going into the flutterby. So I have my directions. For anyone who doesn't know, this is the monthly subscription box from the Makers, an awesome box, and all the links are in the description of this video. Yep, so we are on to this step to start working on the butterfly, and it's saying to start with fill the area shaded with brown, and then it tells you how to make nice neat lines and stuff. Now, because it's been a week, I'm not really sure which fibre. My workstation is a little bit of a mess, so I think this is the brown I'm supposed to use. I have other colours kicking about, but I think this is my brown. So it's going to come down the wings and then kind of up like this, as far as I can see. Right, let's get started. And they give you advice on how to make nice crisp edges by tacking and folding back. Ooh, that's the wrong needle. Too stabby. So how's everybody's week been? What have you been up to? This has been a ridiculously fast week for me. I don't know if it's odd where the time's going. in our world of lockdown, they're starting to open up some more things again. Nothing really that impacts me this time, but they're starting to talk about like dentists and non-essential doctors opening up again, and people can now go into one other person's house. I'm going to say this, it's a little bit rude, but it's hilarious, because they were talking about people who have partners that don't live in their house. They haven't been able to see each other, and then for the past 3 weeks they've been able to see each other, but only outside. So now the law is you can go and stay overnight, which everyone is completely laughing at the actual implications of that, or what they're calling it, which is the pumping law, which is hilarious and a little bit naughty, but I'm sure you guys won't be offended. Right, yes, I think none of these white bits have any brown in them, so I'm trying to keep out of that, and then we will open up and cover, yeah, all of the rest of that area. I think I'm getting it. But yeah, that's what's happening in my world. Actually, I'd like to know about this again, because it's almost like the news, you know, everybody's bored of this news of the thing that's going on in the world that I can't mention. But what is happening in your part of the world for like lockdowns, and you know, what is the laws, and where are you at? Because I think some countries are like opened up and nearly as normal. Some countries are fairly locked down. Here in Scotland, like I said, basically most non-essential businesses are still closed. You're working from home where possible. Like council gardeners and everything, even that isn't happening. Buses they're on very limited schedules. There's the word I'm looking for. Still, shops and things, they're talking about outdoor markets and shops that have outdoor doors. So not malls, but shops that have outdoor doors they're talking about, and they will be talking about outdoor restaurants and beer gardens soon. So little bits moving forward, but yeah, we're still quite locked down. It's kind of weird when I look back and think about when it all happened and people were talking about like, yeah, we can do this for March, we'll maybe do this for April, but see, if we'd been told we'd still be doing this into July, it's unexpected, but it's working. Yesterday again was the 5th day this month that nobody died in Scotland from it, so from the thing that I can't say. So that's pretty awesome. So it's all heading in the right direction here, I think. And looking at the charts, most places in the world, apart from Southern Americas and some bits of America, I think India and Russia is not looking great either, but fingers crossed, hopefully things get a little better. So let's see. Oh no, right, I'm just half reading what Serena said there and trying to felt at the same time. I really should. I'll do the felty bit and then pay attention to the reading bits. But yeah, the other thing that changed this week as well is finally some of the most shielded people are allowed to go outside. They haven't even been allowed out of their house, which is super difficult. I have a friend who's been in that situation, a couple of friends actually, and that's been months not even allowed to cross their front door, which I can't even imagine. And one of them has kids, which, yeah, really tough. So now they're allowed at least out of their house and to meet one other family outside. So big improvement to quality of life for them. So yeah, super happy for those people. Alright, I've got to get this whole bit covered in brown. And then I will move to the new mat and try and stamp this in a little bit and we'll be able to hopefully have more of a discussion then, because yeah, this actually takes more concentration than me doing. You've all seen me doing the 3D felts where I can sit and felt away and talk to you, and this actually takes so much more concentration. It's really weird. But oh, where did that sneaky wee bit of white get in? You? Bye bye. Yeah, that'll be something to do with me having a not very neat workstation and my fibres are all over the place. Don't be like me. Sort out your fibres better. Right. So I think that's all the brown areas. I really should have... Well, there's going to be black coming down here, so I don't have to worry too much about making all this nice yet. Right. We will shift you out of the way. Bit nervous to try this. A new tool. Let's see how I can manage. Oh, it's weird because of the brushiness. It kind of hooks on already. I don't know if that probably makes sense to people who've used this, and everyone else thinks I'm insane. Right, let's hear how noisy this is. But Serena this week's been the worst. All 4 kids stuck in the house because of the rain. Oh no. Yes, the rain's killed me off. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully the rain will go away again. It's been fairly nice up here. We've had a couple of rainy days, but some sun too. Mo's up in Caithness, so the same rules as me. Yeah, cool. Another Scot. Oh, always good to see. Yep. And in the UK, for those that don't know, we are like 4 separate countries, and we have slightly different laws. So yeah, what's happening in Scotland is slightly different from what's happening everywhere else. What I'll do while I'm doing this, we'll go over some of the background as well, so I can get a real feel for this tool. Can you guys hear me over the stamping noise? I just realised that might be super noisy. But it definitely seems to be doing the job a lot quicker. Yeah, so we'll go over the whole thing with this. Yeah, quick, the brush isn't what I expected at all, but yeah, that's interesting. Canvas and Chroma, hello there. Your mum isn't allowed to go out at all. Oh, she has diabetes and she's 65 plus and overweight. She can't even go to the grocery store, so you do all the shopping for her. Oh, well, she's good she's got you, but yeah, absolutely, that's tough. But yes, they're all, as far as we know, that's all high risk factors, so got to look after her, absolutely. Oh, I found this. Yay. Getting the hang of it. Excuse it, this is good. This is an awesome tool, but I don't think it's very good for live stream. Guys, let me know if this is too annoying with the noise, but it's a whole heap of fun. And I think I'm really seeing a difference where that's going in. That's really making a difference. Serena, you're still not allowed to see anyone as we're already a family of 6. As UK says, we can only meet up with 1 family but no more than 6 in England. Oh, right, that's interesting, because Scotland always had tougher, but I think we're allowed to meet up with one other family, and that's up to 8, no more than 8 at one time. Well, I suppose it's not fair, but you could meet up in smaller, like half your like say, okay, you 3, this is your day to go out and meet people. That might work, because it was, I have to arrange again to meet people. I've not. We got an easing up a lockdown 3 weeks ago. We were allowed to meet one other family outside, and I did go and meet a friend, and we walked around a park, and it was lovely. But I've not arranged anything since. I absolutely should. Guys, can you let me know if this is too noisy in the chat? I am loving it, but I don't want to totally have the most awful stream because you can't hear a thing. But yeah, I don't know if that shows on camera, but I think that makes such a difference. So yeah, Liking the tool. Let's put down a bit more of the butterfly. Faith, hello there. Oh, thank you, saying I look lovely today. Thank you very much. I was super tired and gave myself, literally, I've been buying makeup because I'm bored, and I've been playing around with doing like different eyeliners and stuff, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this big winged eyeliner, and I looked, I was like, I have 5 minutes before I'm going live, and I want to do a makeup look that I've never done before. Let's maybe not. So I just quickly threw some slap on, so thank you so much. I'm glad it doesn't look terrible. But yeah, so tired today, and well, while we were talking about weather, yeah, yesterday, beautifully sunny and lovely, but for the solstice, it was gorgeous, and that's so sad to think about. It feels we're still waiting to enjoy spring, and we're already past midsummer. But yeah, gorgeous last night, nearly 11 o'clock, I was outside watching the sunset, because we're fairly far north. Not the most north here, but we're fairly far north, so that it totally, it doesn't get dark till fairly late now, which is lovely. I love this bit of summer. It's like the sun's almost never gone. And it does, I am really a night person, but it does help me get up a bit earlier in the morning. If it's nice and sunny, I can get out of bed a little bit better. Wendy, hello there, how are you doing? Good to see you. I love every time there's old faces and new faces. It's always really cool. I was just thinking that, like, a couple of years ago, I used to watch people live stream, and I would be like, I would feel kind of jealous, and they would all have like all these people that they knew, and they'd be talking away, and I was like, how do you do that? But it's really cool, because over time some of you wonderful people keep coming back, and it's actually really nice. Right, oh no, I've got to do a bit more of this wing, and then we'll go back to laying down some more colour. But I think I'm liking my stampy tool, definitely. Oh, right. Oh, Canvas, you also found out you can't drink anymore. Oh dear. Last night decided to have a drink, took 3 sips of vodka and juice, and then my head was spinning this morning, and I feel like I have a hangover. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to say, like any competitive sport, drinking, you need to practice and build up a tolerance. I'm totally not advising alcoholism, but no, as you get older it gets worse anyway. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't had anything to drink for a while, it can certainly hit you a lot harder. Yeah. Right. Ooh. I said we'd move on to the next bit. Yeah, this brush does grip the back of this, which is kind of cool. Ooh, everything's sticking to this. Right, so back to putting colours on. What's my next colour? Oh, mix black and white to make a grey. We can do. So this gives me a chance to see everybody, see what everyone's saying. So it doesn't tell you, but it looks like quite a dark grey, so I'm not adding too much white. More, what's that? That's about 1/3 white and 2/3 black, maybe a little bit more black. And then just gonna, as we did last week, pull them apart and stack them together to start making a blend. If I'd been sensible, I would have brought carders up to be able to do this quicker, but this is fun. We can do this too. Wendy, it has been a while since you've been here, but it's good to see you again. Hey. Serena, I'm always here, just not always on live. Depends if the kids are feeling nice to let me watch. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate it when you can be here. Thank you so much. Helen, hello there, first time watching. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, shall we have fun? Anyone else first time here? Let's do what the cool kids do. In the chat, put like hashtag, what should we say for first time? People think, let me know, what do you think? When you think things are like, no, that's not appropriate, that won't work. Let's just do hashtag first time, and we can see who's a first timer here. I don't know. It's what all the cool kids. Oh, doing nose cam again. It's what all the cool kids do in their live streams. But hello there, Helen. Thank you so much for joining us. And Lisa, hello there, and afternoon all from Lisa. Good to see you. So what creative things have you made this week? I have mainly been working on a little whippet dog, which is nowhere, is downstairs. Oh, you can see the top of my... Oh no, that's something weird with my computer. I've been working on a little whippet dog, and I've got a spaniel to start, and lots of YouTube videos. It's funny, I suppose most creative people who do lots of different creative things will be the same, but I have times when I'm super into doing like loads of felting, and I do felting all the time, and then other times I just have ideas for videos flowing out of my head, and then other times zero inspiration. It's pretty tough. Yeah. And that's for anyone who is doing the YouTubes. I know quite a few of you are. That is one thing. If you find yourself like that, it's tough to do, but sometimes it's good to, while you've got all the ideas, maybe quickly fire out, create some videos and have some sitting waiting ready, so that when you don't have the inspiration, you've got a video in the back, and then you don't end up doing what I've been doing for the past few months, and just like have big gaps because you ran out of inspiration, or you were sick, or life happened. Yeah, so that's certainly, there we go, my super YouTube power tip that I don't follow myself. Oh, little juice. Wendy, yeah, I assume you started this before today. I'm going to have to go back and watch. Absolutely, this is the maker's kit of the butterfly. I started it last week. We did all of the background, and you've come just in time for the butterfly. So really cool kit so far. I think pretty much anyone here would be able to do this kit, because it's like colouring in by numbers. So yeah, keep an eye out for any of the makers' painting kits like this. It's really cool. I would say kind of a good start into felting, especially 2D painting. It could get you a taste for it, how to blend the fibres, which I'm never doing very well because I'm trying to do it in a hurry, but blending the fibres and just, you know, all that good stuff. Canvas and chroma, hashtag old timer, hashtag get off my lawn. Oh, Wendy's working on 3 little cats. Awesome. Cats are the hardest. Definitely. Oh, Helen, you're still too scared. Absolutely, there's nothing to be... You can't mess up this... Don't say you can't mess up this kit before you finished it, Pam, because you could very well mess up this kit. Wendy saying it's so pretty. Absolutely, it's such a beautiful kit. Lovely. I will show you, because I can do this. It was in conjunction with the artist that I can't see who it was, but the artist did this painting for the kit, and the painting was printed onto the canvas, and then we got all the colours and everything, and the makers have made us this tutorial step by step of how to felt it. So yeah, it's super interesting and fun for sure. Right, so yes, so I've mixed my black and white. I'm just going to pick out the little lumps of white because I didn't mix it very well, and the white will show up more. We don't want just random white. Let's say, okay, work your way around the wing outline. Okay, so I think I see what I'm doing. We'll see how it works out. But yeah, and it's saying this border should be approximately 0.5 centimetre wide, so this is a really thin little outline, which is cool. So I'm just going to sort of draft out some little bits by pulling and twisting, so I make a almost a little bit of a thread to do this a little bit easier, hopefully. And try and follow the outline of the wing. Oh, just a tiny bit too short. How annoying. Oh, and the sun's coming in. Sorry, we have to put the sun away. There, that's better. Give me a yell if anytime you see that happening. It's like, Pam, put the sun away. Put the sun away. I'm so excited to get onto these orangey bits and start making it look really, really like how it's supposed to, hopefully. It's super interesting to see how it's going to turn out. And if I mess this one up, it's entirely my fault. Sometimes you could say, oh well, the directions maybe weren't right, but these directions are perfect. It's, you have the picture, you have the right fibres, they're telling you where to mix them, what level, where to put them on. So yeah, be my fault if I mess it up. So Canvas and Chroma has been working with my Glowforge, making a fantasy themed leather engraved coasters. Wow, that sounds so cool. I'm so having to concentrate here, it's not normal. To sell, which you'll be selling soon. Neglecting my sewing, but you only have so much time. Oh, that is the truth. Absolutely. Yes, it's hard to stay focused on one project for sure, which is not good. Now I'm just checking back to the original picture. Yes, because some of the painting kind of gets a bit lost in my felting, so I'm just making sure I'm doing it right. So by the looks of it, I do a thick line of the grey and then cover that lightly with the grey. I believe that's about right. And I don't get any help from the makers today because I believe they were down doing the Create and Craft. They were on the telly, so driving back. So we might have them listening in, but not chatting in, I believe was what was happening. So did anyone catch them on Create and Craft? I haven't yet. I will have to see if I can get a catch up of that. I had a nap. I won't even lie. I had an afternoon nap. I'm so rock and roll. I sat down to watch them and just zoned out for a little while. Wow, it's getting hot in here. Sun's actually, as we've seen when I had to shut the curtains, the sun has popped out, but not only that, because I've got all the lights on here, all the lights to make my background hopefully look good, and so you can see my face, so that really heats this room up so much. So if I look like I'm melting, I absolutely am. But yeah, super important. It's not just for YouTube, but yeah, lighting is something that I should talk about more often. When people are taking pictures and things, it's something that people don't think about too much. And it doesn't have to be expensive. You can get super cheap lights, but cameras work better with good lights. So if you can throw a good bit of light onto your image, just set up some lights, and it will, of your items, and it will just make the camera's job so much easier to get good production. Now, can I do this? I might drop things. I wanted to show you guys my lights. Oh, I can actually. Can I do that? No. Okay, come with me. Don't feel ill. Is that going to show it? That's just, oh, you won't be able to see that at all. Okay, well I can show you the background lights. These won't. No, can't show you anything. They won't unclip. But basically, all my lights are just between fiver and a tenner. They're just clip-on LED desk lights. And what you can do if your lights are too harsh, you want a diffused glow, you can cover them in like baking paper, the white stuff that diffuses the light a bit more. Or I have actually seen people just put like white plastic bags over them a little bit, and that just stops it. You don't want a harsh light that's going to put harsh reflections on your item, but just enough light to evenly light your stuff makes a world of difference. Your camera doesn't have to struggle so much. It knows what it's doing. So yeah, there's my tip of the day for selling things and for video and everything. Really think about lights. Also, really think about how close you're getting to your microphone when you're speaking as well. So much to think about. It's hard work. And I nearly forgot, but it's not just the outline I've got to do. There's little liney bits coming in from the bottom of the wings, and then I will do first. I've got to do the antenna. That's the word. Which is going to be a line coming out from here. Reference picture goes just before there, somewhere about here. And antenna number 2. Oh, I was wrong. It goes from there. I'm just checking on the picture. Can I actually show you guys this? So I'm just seeing that the antenna is coming out from there rather than the top of the head. So yeah, learn something new. Comes out from there and goes up to about there. Pamela's still waiting for your kit to arrive. Oh, awesome. You will enjoy it when it comes. This is definitely a nice kit. One, I think I would have actually really enjoyed just sitting, taking the time to do it. I think this could be quite a restful kit, which is cool. I am looking forward to next month is Dash Hounds though. I'm super. Oh, I can ask you guys while I've got you here, because the Dash Hounds kit is 3 different Dash Hounds. There's a wire hair, a long hair, and a smooth haired Dash Hound. Now, would you like me to do, which Dash Hound would you like me to do, or would you, now I wouldn't be able to do them all, do all 3 in one sitting, but would you like to see all 3 Dash Hounds or one in particular? Vote in the comments just now. What was it, wire, long hair, or smooth haired? And we'll start thinking about what we're going to do with that. But yeah, because obviously dogs is my wheelhouse, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought about that. But I do have, I have to glutton for punishment. A few weeks ago we did a Hanukama, or however you say it, the Shiba Inu dog kit. Have we got him here? Yeah. Oh, here he is. We created this little guy from a kit, and I enjoyed the kit apart from the whole of it not being in English at all. So I've ordered another kit from them of a Bengal cat, so glutton for punishment, we're going to try and do another another kit from that, which should be fun. But and another cat, because cats are hard, and I'm still trying to teach myself how to do cats well. Yeah, but so I'm not sure when that'll get here or when the dash hounds will get here. So it's going to be a race. So yeah, just let me know what you think of the dash hounds, and we'll figure that out when they get here. Helen saw the Create and Craft. It was cool. Wendy, you watched Steffi from the Makers make a harvest mouse. She is great. She is indeed. I completely agree. And oh, I can't imagine being on telly as well. I'm super impressed. It's so funny actually, because she came to speak to me about doing live streams, and she wasn't sure about doing live streams, and I'm like, but you're on telly. So it's what you're used to, isn't it? I was totally like, I absolutely could not do what you're doing, and she was struggling with what I'm doing. But now she's the queen of live streams as well as the queen of television. So it was a field mouse today. I'm definitely going to have to watch it. Right, now I just have to cover the body in the light mix, in a light bit of the light mix. This blend, right, spend your time making this blend look better, because this is going to look streaky. Hopefully it will kind of look painterly and it will be okay, hopefully. And also if I'd carded this, it would be a lot smoother and easier to get little wisps rather than the kind of clumps that I'm getting just now. But that's what happens when you're trying to do it in a hurry live. It doesn't go quite as good as you'd wanted it to. Pamela's stabbing up daffodils. So far I found my wispy bits work better. Cool. Right, let's switch. I might actually stay. Right, oops. Let's put that mat away. Let's not crash the camera. And let's try using this mat for everything for a little while and see how that works. Yeah, it still looks good on camera. Ooh, let's get doing with this. Oh, Canvas saying, did my mic just go out, or is it me? Guys, can you let me know in chat if I'm talking to myself? Well, okay, how would that be if my mic didn't work? How can I ask you all if my mic's working? But if you can let me know if it's like suddenly gone weird or something, I can switch to a different mic or do something different. Pamela, great diffusing hacks, thanks. No problem at all. So I remember when I was starting out with all of this, and everywhere you would go, people would be given advice, and it would be, here's these £500 lights, here's this $2,000 camera or something, and I would be like, I can't do that. And then over time I started to see people doing things on a budget, and I realised that yeah, instead of super expensive diffusers and things, you can just use kitchen paper or plastic bags instead of stupidly expensive lights. I mean, yes, I'm sure getting all the best equipment could improve things slightly, but most of us don't really know how to use all of the best equipment, so we wouldn't get the best out of it. So we're kind of... It's better off getting equipment that's better than our skill level slightly, learning how to use it to the best, and then only upgrade to the great stuff once we know what we're actually doing. I wouldn't know how to set up great lighting. I just a few years ago got a more complicated camera, but I'd spent a lot of time learning and using the cameras I had to the best of my ability. So yeah, don't waste money on all the gear until you know what you're doing. Lisa, the sun's hopefully going to be good this week, so I'm hoping to get into the garden to do a photo shoot. Oh, awesome, that's good. Canvas and Chroma giving me a heart attack saying, no, it was me with the volume. I hit my volume button by accident. Hashtag old timer. Brilliant. G Morgan, good morning. Looking lovely. Thank you so much. I should really just throw myself together at the last minute after napping on the couch more often. Thank you so much, guys. That's lovely. And yeah, G Morgan, and I'm sure some of you others as well. I saw you on Starla's webinar yesterday. If you didn't see it, if you haven't joined her group, the Handmade Alphas Academy, for those who are selling on Etsy, Starla is absolutely awesome. She is just opening up her academy, which I've seen the results from some people and stuff, and Starla knows her stuff, but there is a cost there, obviously, but she has lots of free advice as well. So get over there, join the Handmade Alphas Academy, and check out her free webinar and get the tips there. And then when you're ready, for the next level, she is worth considering if you're looking for a paid not instructor, but if you're looking for somebody, I would certainly recommend Starla when you're at the level you want to do that. People ask who I would recommend, but get what you can for free out of all of us, and Starla's live webinar was a good thing. She's a lot more we work together in E-Rank, for those of you that don't know, and she is super awesome with all that psychology of buying and understanding all that kind of thing. I'm the geek in the corner, nerding out over graphs and everything, but she totally understands that, the buyer's mindset and everything, a whole lot better. Okay, that's the black. What are we on to? We're on to the final page. Exciting! Right, mixing orange and red together. Right. I think I'm going to need a fair bit of this, so we'll blend up a fair bit. I'm going to make it easy on myself actually and do it in 2 parts. No, I'm not. Faith saying, I love me some Daxies. Absolutely, they're super cute. Pamela, long hair seems to be the most challenging. Oh, but then I was going to say, is that a vote for long hair? But then Helen says wire hair as it looks difficult. I have actually made for clients all 3 types before, and I don't know how the makers are doing the different hair types, but I have my method that works perfectly for each type of hair. I might show you that. Yeah, I might give a demo of that sometime if you want. Yes, that is exactly what I will do. Sometime when I have a customer that's got the certain breed of dog and I've got it 3/4 made, I'll just show you how I do that type of hair for that breed of dog. That could be a fun one. And we've got a second vote for long hair from Lisa. Says long hair sounds lovely. Pamela saying challenging equals most appreciated for assistance. Yep, so we've got 2 for long hair and 1 for wire. So yeah, I think we might definitely start with long hair, but Serena wants all 3. Yeah, so we could start with long hair and then see about doing wire later. G Morgan, you saw an interesting doxy a while back. It had the colouring of an Australian sheepdog, pure dachshund, but wow, black and white, merle blue, spots on spots, and a blue eye. Sweet dog, but not a American Kennel Club, I'm guessing. No, dachshunds do come in. Their merle pattern is called dapple on dachshunds, so it is absolutely a recognised colour pattern. How sad is it? I can nerd out over dog colours. But yes, I've seen dachshunds in that colour, and it is absolutely beautiful, and yes, allowed in the standard. I wish I'd taken a picture. Yeah, I wish you had too. Canvas and chroma, get a light box. Absolutely. I have tons of light boxes. Don't get one of these ones. Well, you can. They would possibly work. It's got its own little LED strip that you just plug in, and it's got these little... I should actually go to my face. There we go. And it's got a little thing to hang, like a little backdrop and stuff. But the thing that they were cheap, and it kind of does the job, but they fall. They just fall apart, and the light is a little bit too intense. My actual light box that I like, I can see it there, but it's too far away for me to go and get, and it's very grubby now. But you're better off with a small fabric light box that's of the right fabric that diffuses the light, so that you can set up your own lights around it, and it diffuses it and makes a lovely nice soft lighting. I found those harder to get hold of, but they are much better because you can control, you don't just have this harsh strip of light from the front. You can set up what light works best for your item, because where you put the light, as we say, diffuse, or you can have less diffuse. You could have a sort of single spotlight to give a different kind of feeling. So yeah, that gives you more flexibility to do what works best. But yes, it's a godsend, a light box, and your phone tablet is all you need to take decent photos. Absolutely, light boxes are cool. And as I said before, I've done videos on this. PhotoFuse, if you don't want any kind of video editing software, because whatever picture you take, you should edit it. You should do something to it. And PhotoFuse is sort of the best thing to get started with, because it takes your pictures from Etsy, lets you remove the background. See your white in the light box? It might not just be perfect, but you can just say to it, remove that, and it removes all that. You can brighten up your picture a wee bit, puts it straight back into Etsy. So it's just so easy. But yeah, when you're ready, you can do better editing. But PhotoFuse, absolutely awesome. And if you've got a light box, then your photos so much easier to edit and look good afterwards. Wendy's asking, what kind of wool would you use for wire hair? It depends very much on the size of the animal that you're doing as well. You can... I have used all sorts of different animal fibres, like goat and camel and stuff, but what I find for the scale that I work on, what I find works best for me is it's not the type of fibre. I mean, it will always be a tops for me to do that kind of thing. It's not the type of fibre, it's the way I felt it on. So you can get a huge difference on whether you felt little amounts or thick chunks, or you can roll up little pinches between your fingers to make sort of thicker bits of wool. So yeah, I just use, mine are all merino or Cardale tops that I've got, and I just use the wool, just use the tops that I have and create the texture myself out of it. Right, okay, so we have to gonna do the wing. Right, so going from the side and just working my way out. Whoops, that would have been good, wouldn't it? Me totally forgetting to switch cameras. Oh, that is very different now. That's the first time. It's too... There's much less friction. Wow. It's too easy. So I had to see that needle I was going this... That was too stabby. I can now use it. Oh. Fascinating. That's something I wasn't expecting. Right, I'm just checking the reference. Right, it does want a little more yellow coming from the... well, I'll put this down and then put that. I'll put this down and then put that down. G Morgan's, my light box is a white foam board thing that goes outside on a sunny day. Yeah, that's a good tip there as well. Photographing outside is awesome, but the sun can be a bit of a pain. It can be a bit too bright. So using the sun as your light source, but a diffusey boxy thing can give a really cool effect. So yeah, good tip. A shoot in the shade, yeah. Still can't get the blue out of the photos, so grey yarns are blue. I can't change its contrast. What to look for there, if you can, is to see if your camera has a white balance, and then all you do is you would take like out a sheet of white paper, and you basically tell your camera this is white, and then that it allows it to adjust. So yeah, just whatever your camera you're using, just Google for how to white balance on that camera, and that should hopefully sort that out for you. And it makes a power of difference. And also the other thing you can do, depending on what photo editor you use, but I use mainly Premiere Elements, Adobe, and that does have a feature that basically in the adjustments you can actually adjust. It says remove hue, I think, and there it just tells you to click on an area that's supposed to be white, and it'll look at that and basically do jiggery magic and go, okay, if that was supposed to be white, to make that white, this is what I have to do. And so it fixes all the other colours to make the white bit white, if that makes any sense at all. It makes sense to me. So that's definitely worth doing. It's weird using this little thing, but it's cool too. But I've got to make sure that the area I want to work from is actually on the thing. Technical terms. The thing is a technical term. The only problem is this is so much more noisy when I hit it, because it's bashing on the table. So I should just put up on this stream, just be like, apologies for the noise. And I wanted to add a little bit more yellow there. Hopefully this will all, when I hit it with the stabby needle, this will all blend in a little bit more and make it look a bit more natural. But if it doesn't, then it's kind of abstract. I still think it looks kind of cute so far. But we're trying to have the center bits of the orange bit of the wing are lighter, more yellow, and the outsides come to a more darker orange. And then, oh, it gets complicated because we've got to try and do the bits back into the body, which I can't quite see so well, but we'll figure out. And there's some little bits on the bottom of the wings here. We'll do that first because I think I can figure that out a bit easier. It's looking okay though. It's getting there. but this is more like a kind of blended bit, I think. Let's see how the makers fit. Oh, it really kind of stands out there. That's cool. Stands out against the brown. G. Morgan, my real camera and my computer aren't speaking to each other these days. Oh no, I hate that when technology refuses to behave. That is so annoying. Is it a cable thing or a software thing? Sometimes if you take out your camera's software, if there is anything, I mean, let's face it, most things should just be plug in and play these days, but it could be some drivers interfering with each other, she says, like she knows what she's talking about. Do you know what I think I'm going to do, because that's kind of difficult and fiddly. The makers, when they have all the time in the world and they know what they're doing all that in little tiny bits. But I know we're going to come back over with some black, so I'm going to fill in the centre of this with the orange very lightly. That'll commingle with the brown a little bit, and then we'll colour in the we'll get the detail with the black. I think that's my best bet, because otherwise you would just see the top of my head entirely doing that as I try and figure out what's going on. So yeah, let's cheat and do it the easy way for just now. But I'm not going to do it too dark, because I think, yeah, the body's more yellowy than orangey, so I'm just trying to do little tiny thin wisps. Oh yeah, that does work. That's kind of cool. It's me sounding surprised. Every time the makers tell me to do something and I do it and then go, oh yeah, that actually works. And then once we've got this on, it'll be stampy time. It's definitely coming together. Obviously, right, when you have this kit at home, those of you who are doing this kit, take your time, enjoy it, get all the little details done perfectly, and don't rush through bits, and don't be trying to read a computer screen at the same time, and yours will look so much better than mine. Sophie, hello there. Hi Pam, sorry I'm late. We've been doing DIY and lost track of time. Oh, absolutely fair enough. What are you DIYing? It's looking brilliant. Oh, thank you very much. Too kind. Canvas and Chrome is saying your brother just sent me his DSLR, but I've no idea to use it. So many buttons and widgets, I don't know where to start. Yeah, it can be tricky, but there's a whole load of tutorials online. But there should be an easy mode for the DSLRs, which depending on which brand of camera, but there'll be a way where it does it all itself, and then there'll be a way where you can control, like you could learn about shutter speeds, teach yourself about shutter speeds. I did this myself. Teach yourself about shutter speeds from the internet, and then you can use the setting that lets you control the shutter speed, and then the camera figures out all the other things for you. So that's like one step further. And then you can learn about aperture, and there'll be a setting that you're able to control the aperture, and the camera figures everything else out. And then you get to freewheel. Then you teach it. Once you've taught yourself about all the things, then you can have a go at trying to go and do it all. But most people don't. They just use one of the settings. Like I say, they'll say, oh, we're doing whatever shutter speed. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. Most people don't know how to use a DSLR properly. Alicia, hello there. What time each Sunday do you start these? Hi there. I start them at 4 PM UK time, which is just an hour. We've been going for an hour, so wherever you are in the world, we start an hour before now. Good English? Kinda. And Helen's saying we're having a rest from the dolls. Yep, and the makers are also doing fantastic dolls. Little sewn dolls that are beautiful, and I would love to do them, but I don't have time just now. I've got so many projects on the go. Alicia's saying you're stalling to cook dinner. Usually watch me on catch up, but you've actually finished this one. You finished your butterfly. Oh, awesome! Yeah. I don't even hope you enjoyed it. I know you enjoyed it because it's fun. It really is. Alicia, don't you love the brush mat, Pam? Yeah, for those of you just joining in, the makers were kind enough to send me this brush mat to try, and the multi-tool thingy, which is making everything so much faster. Should we have a peek at the backside of oh, it's so fuzzy! I love doing that. But yeah, I am loving this, and there's something I discovered just a little minute ago. I tried to felt with this needle when I was on a foam mat, and it was too stabby. I couldn't use it. And then I switched to the brush, and you can use a more stabby needle with less hassle. There's less resistance, so hopefully that means that things will felt so much faster, which is super cool. Right. G Morgan, you think it's the driver? A Nikon Coolpix. Oh yeah. I am Nikon person. I was gonna put my old cameras there behind as part of like showing off I'm a YouTuber as well. But yeah, my main camera now, oh, you can see here, my main camera is a Nikon, and it's a mirrorless, so I have all the fancy buttons, but it doesn't look as big and chunky. But I've had several Nikon Coolpix, really like them. They should be okay, they tend to be plug in and play. I have had trouble in the past. What I used to do, now that I remember it, my Coolpix did stop working with the cable. We caught a bit there. So I would just take out the memory card and put the memory card into my computer and do it that way. So there's a workaround. It died suddenly after a dozen photos that he'd taken, and it refused to download anything. Yeah, literally take the memory card out of your camera and put the memory card into your computer. It should show up in the files as a separate file area called Nikon, and yeah, hopefully that'll work better. Helen saying to Sophie, I think I can give the butterfly a go now. I think anybody can. The butterfly is a super fun kit, and if I can do it while trying to talk to people and everything, then anyone can do it. Alright. Okay, next stage, we're to mix a lot of yellow and a little bit of orange to make a colour for the tops of the wings. We're getting through this. We've got, what have we got? After this we've got white to add, then black, and then tiny little bits more extra colours. Yeah, and then we're nearly there. Although I am wondering if this kit might take a third session, because I really want to take my time and get the details properly. Although the matte and the stabby thing are doing wonderfully, I also want to tidy up and get all those fine details. So let me know what you think, guys. If we get all of the background colours in, well, most of the background colours in, and then stop it where we're going to do this black outline, and then, because I think that's going to take a lot of work, and we've already been going for an hour, and I don't want to keep you all from your Sunday forever. Oh, Helen's saying you might show, but it depends. Helen, look, I'm sure your butterfly is going to be gorgeous, and we've all had to learn somewhere as well. And Alicia's saying you can PM the work, we won't judge. I'm sure it'll be gorgeous. Oh, Faith, you're on at the same time as my Keep Fit live stream. Oh, sorry about that. And Sophie saying, isn't it great to see it all made up live? Glad you're going to give it a go. And isn't the brush mat a revelation? Brilliant solid surface for the 2D. Pam, how are you finding the brush? Yeah, I am loving it. It is. I did not expect that I would find it so different than the foam pad. And I do like the way it kind of grips onto your piece, so it's not going anywhere too. So I've got to add the yellow on. And yeah, sorry, distracting myself. I'm like, what have I got to do next? This is the as I've kind of said already in this stream, the problem I am finding with this kit is other kits I can sit and just chat away and not worry too much, but just now with this kit I'm super finding I really want to get in and just pay attention to you know, just do this, so it's harder to chat. I'm finding that I really want to just kind of sit back and just get engrossed in this, so it's a really cool kit for that. Yeah, these colours kind of blend together more than anything, so I'll just let them. Oh, and I'm seeing, yeah, I thought that was white, but in the little tiger print along the top, that's actually the yellow colour too, so we'll add yellow there. Alicia's asking what I will demo next week. I think next week definitely I will do the details of this. I want to do this justice. I mean, it's a lovely kit and it's a lovely artist has created this kit. So I want to make sure that I'm doing some level of justice to it. So I'll take my time and I'll be doing this one. And I think I'm not sure now, because I'm not sure when my dash hands pack will be coming. I think we decided we're doing the long hair at least. We might do the wire as well, or we might do all three. So not on the same day. There'll be different days. So if the dash hand kit's here, I might do that. Or we might try something different and do the Bengal cat one that's coming, that's hopefully, oh, I've got hiccups now, that's hopefully coming soon. But it's definitely going to be more butterfly next week. I thought the painting would be quicker and I would do it in, 2 weeks would be easy timing, but no, butterfly's taking longer. The only thing, it's not a bad thing with the foam mat, with the brush mat, but I did like the foam that fits the entire piece. But I do like to do little detailed bits of work, so it's just because it's a new thing, so I'll get used to it, but it's much nicer to felt on it. I'm surprised that these two things work nicely. Right, what have we got? Okay, right. Now this is where I've got to really pay attention. We're going to add the white. And white is so stark that I could really mess it up. I don't think I'm going to. I think it looks awesome either way. But add a band of white along the top of the wings. So, lightly at here so that the yellow shows through. And then, okay, I get it. It's sort of, yep. If I go wrong, I'm going to cover it with the other fibres anyway. Right, so it's like a little smidge of white that gets thicker. I love the way you girls at the Makers think, because given that image I would be putting in little bits of white here, there and everywhere, whereas you're like, do this big section and then cover it up later. Which is so much more sensible. And yes, so white around here, and then it's fading up into the brown. Cool. Diane saying she's loving the brush mat. Now got the brush mat from the Makers. Feel confident to give this a go. Yeah, I am, and the links to the Makers where you can get things from them. Not sponsored, but they did send me this, so thank you so much. But yeah, the links to the Makers are in the description of this video. So yeah, you can get the stuff there. This, for anyone who's just joined us, this is the monthly subscription box, and I love it. We do. I started ordering the monthly subscription box from them, so we are every month we're doing the box together. So anyone who has ordered it, you can join in, and if not, you can just sit and chat or get inspired for things to try. And yeah, sales pitch, but because the Makers are so lovely, I do want to tell you that their boxes, you can, if you see one of these that I'm doing and you think, I really want to do that, but I don't want to get tied in for a subscription, you can order one, but you can sign up for one subscription and cancel anytime. So it's good to just dive in and go, yeah, I want to try the butterfly, but I have no interest in doing a dash hound. So jump in and get the kit that you want. Basically, sign up when it's something that you want. Oh, see, there's me thinking I was done with all the colours. We've got a little bit more white to go. Oh, G Morgan talking about the camera again. Thank you. You're most welcome. You'll try it today. Of course, it's loaded with photos that you needed. Oh yeah, they always die when you've got stuff that you really need. Computers do that to me as well. I think several years I've had since being self-employed. Everybody knows the end of January is really important times when you have to get your tax returns in, and sensible people would have them done way before the end of January. This isn't a sensible person, and several years in a row I've had round about the 20th of January or even later, my computer would do green screen of death, and I'd be like, I have all of my tax records on there. I was just about to send it into the tax office, and it's just decided to shut down. But thankfully, most of the time I was able to get all the data, at least to be able to send in my tax returns. I think once I had to roughly estimate, remembering what had been shown before it died, tell them it was an estimate, and then do it all over again, which was very annoying. Alicia, you spent over 15 hours on yours. Yeah, so I'm being a little bit harsh on myself, thinking that I can do this butterfly picture in 2-3 hours. So yeah, we will definitely just felt over this bit, make it firmer, and we will stop at this stage and finish up. Next week will be the beautifying of the butterfly. That'll be the bit where it all comes together, I hope. But yeah, I'm just going to spend a bit of time really getting to grips with this mat and getting everything felted into a nice smoothness. Then next week when I come back, I'll know what needs more work and everything. But yeah, super cool so far. Yeah, Sophie's saying to Diane that you'll love the brush mat. Absolutely, I'm very much into. I hope you guys can see the difference that I spent so long last week. Fell off the edge of the brush mat there, though. But I spent so long last week to get this not all that well felted, just tacked in place. But this is really getting in there and making it part of the surface a whole lot more. So it's really cool. Lily Tree, hello there, how are you doing? Really awesome to see you. For those that don't know, Lily Tree, friend of the channel, awesome crafter. Lily has wire wrapped jewellery tutorials, so you totally want to check her out if you're crafty at all. Sophie saying you can totally lose yourself in these painting with wall pictures. Time passes so quickly. I can understand you wanting to take time and focus on the details. Absolutely. I should have realised in the past, the wall paintings that I've made, I've done videos of me filming the process and doing full on nothing but that and filming it to make like a 4-minute time-lapse video. It took days, so I should have realised it's not a quick thing at all, and you do want to take time and do it justice. So yes, well, I think that's definitely the right choice. Take time, make it actually look good. Don't rush it. Oh, Serena, right? I love you, Serena. Thank you. Put the brush mat on top of the foam mat. Stops the banging noise. Thank you. Alicia's saying yes, all 3. So 3 doggies. So yeah, that's next month is going to be quite the month. We've got 3 dogs to make. What I might do, I'll have to see the kit, but I have a feeling we're going to have the dogs are going to be fairly similar. It's the coat textures and the final details. So what I might do is do 1 dog and then do 2 others off camera. There's an idea, but we'll see. But Serena, that is the best tip ever. Put 1 mat on top of the other to cushion the banging noise. So much better. Helen, learning so much from you guys. Yeah, me too. Yeah, absolutely. Sophie's saying she's made so many of these butterflies as it's so addictive. I've found quicker ways to do things, like putting down the bigger areas of colour and then small details on top. Yeah, that's such a super good idea. I am so much on the doing fiddly little details. Although I did, and now that I come to think on it, I remember when I was doing my Wednesday Addams, I remember if you actually watch the video, one side of her hair plaits, I was putting in every tiny detail of every little section of her plaits all at once, and then on the second side I made it all black and then I put some shading in. I was like, why did I not do it that way to start with? So much easier. Alicia's learning. Yeah, we're all learning, and I love this. We can all learn like different little tips and different ways to do things, all from each other. So it's absolutely cool. Sophie saying, what an awful time for your computer to break. Yeah, they know. They do it on purpose. I swear they feel when you're stressed and choose that moment to malfunction. I think they have an evil sense of humour. I think you're completely right there. I want to ask something for anyone that does 2D painting with needle felting, because I've done some but not much, and I've never done it to sell. But what do you all do with the back of it? I love the back of them. What do you all do with the back? Do you turn it over and felt it a bit? Do you trim it? Do you totally forget about it? I just kind of gaze at it and then I forget about it. I think it's fun, and especially the ones that I've done in the past, I did like real lot of solid colour, so the back looked very much like the front, but just a fuzzier version. That might be a new thing, to make needle felted paintings, but actually to finish with the back of it, because it's a totally different. It looks like a child's drawing. It's very cool. I love the back of them. I'm a weirdo. But yeah, this is definitely getting a much. I keep starting doing a bit, and I think I'm going to go like systematically go along the top, then go along this bit, and then do this bit, and then I just start going, no, I want to work on that area again. And I just kind of move all over the place randomly. Canvas, yeah. By the way, whenever you stop the stream, make sure and wait 5 seconds, because you always cut yourself off and there's a delay. Yes, I learned that last week. We did the waiting awkwardly for 5 seconds. I hopefully finished the stream properly last week, but thank you for the reminder, because I would have entirely forgot. Oh, Sophie, yeah, Pam, that's exactly right. The dash hands all start the same, and then it's the details that give them the breathing character. Awesome. So that sounds like a great way to do it. So, because I know people want to see the different ways of doing the hair. So absolutely, we'll do one body, and I think what people asked for the most was the long hair. So we'll do one body and finish it up as a long hair, and then in my own time I'll do 2 more bodies and we'll do the different hair type. So that's awesome then. That's a good way to get more seeing stuff without sitting watching me do the same thing again and again. Cool, that's going to be fun. Faith saying she glues felt onto the back and then hang her 2D paintings like a tapestry. Oh, love that. Yes, absolutely. That sounds good. I like thinking of them as tapestries rather than paintings, because they are a nice tactile thing. And I just want to say, I am loving, because of the printed background, you can use that in, it's poking through and becoming part of the art as well. That's really cool. I might have to figure out if I can get my computer to print onto fabric. However, I love this butterfly so much, I might pop it in some fairy lights behind it and set it in a box frame. Oh, lovely. Do you know that would be cool, like a deep box frame. You could frame it and then have little things to go in front. I think it would look beautiful with like little felted fairies and things in front. So it's a picture, it's got lights, and it's got a little diorama or something in front of it, or little felt flowers. Yeah, that would be super cute. Also, if you're saying some people sew fabric backing onto it, if it's going to be hanging like you did last week, and one artist displayed the back as the front. Oh yes, it's not just me that has these stupid ideas. I think it's so much fun. And Sophie saying, Face, that sounds amazing, a butterfly and lights. I absolutely agree. I think that'll be beautiful. And see, we were just talking about lighting earlier, and now people are thinking all about lighting. But yeah, lighting makes things, so it's something we should always think about. And I mean, you can get little battery fairy lights for so cheap that it's really worth it. And really nice final touch. Alicia, that'd be a great idea. We can all have our second and third bodies ready to go. Absolutely. Oh, Helen, you may be. It'll take me months. Oh, not at all. And there's no rush, and that's the good thing with video. I'll always be here. But I bet I haven't seen how the makers do the dash hounds yet, but every other kit I've done for things like that, I found their methods are so much quicker than how I do stuff. Alicia saying, Faith, stop it with these amazing ideas. Completely agree. Right, okay, I'm going to stop fiddling with this because we are ready-ish for the next stage, which will be next week. But here is me butterfly so far. I was going to say she's looking sad, but she's not. She's looking uncompleted. But we're getting there. So next week we have the outlining, which I really want to take the time to get those details good, and then a little tiny bit more colour, some of the blues to add in. So looking forward to that. So I think that means next week I'm going to have some colours to blend. Oh, and yeah, I nearly missed the final bit of adding just those little extra veins into the leaves to make it look more realistic. And I think, if I remember, next week I want to just lighten up the inside bit of the wings. It looks better on camera, actually. Oh, yeah, another good thing, actually. It's good to stop right now. A good thing when you're doing any of these is to stop and put it away from yourself. Put it at a distance. I sort of put them beside the TV, so it's far away from the sofa, so as I'm walking past I can look at it. And then something that was really annoying me is I'm walking past, it's like, oh yeah, I don't even notice that doesn't bother me, or that looks awesome, or that needs to change. So it's good to stop, take a step back and go, yeah, that bit really needs changed, or no, that's absolutely fine as it is. So yeah, there's my 2 seconds of advice. Right, I'll give you a couple of minutes if you have any more questions, and then we will finish up for today. This has been fun. We're getting there. Yeah, I think so. Oh, Alicia's saying to send the dog bodies to her and she'll get the body frame done. Oh. Faith saying you did the same thing for using above your son's changing table. Oh, he loved looking at the fairy lights. Oh, that's cool. Sophie, to speed up 3D felting, a 3-needle tool with 42 gauge twisted needles in is amazing. I discovered this a few months ago and I've barely been using anything else. It makes a nice firm surface. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to me. I know a lot of people really. I'm too clumsy for a multi-needle tool for a 3D. But yeah, absolutely. If you can, people totally should try different needles and different things. And yeah, I've been totally surprised how good the multi-needle and the brush mats have been. So absolutely experiment. I've been felting for like over a decade and I'm still learning new things. Alicia, now I have to do that. Wish I was allowed to the shops. Yeah, soon, hopefully. Oh, but Faith saying it wasn't a gorgeous butterfly, just a picture of fox you poked holes in. That's an awesome idea, though. Pamela, you're most welcome. And Helen, yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Faith, looks lovely, Pam. I've been busy making babies, so I haven't started it yet. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. You can catch up and you can finish up with us. But making babies is well, not making right. For anyone who's just joined, the makers are making small, small doll things in baby shapes, but they're not making babies because that's a completely different live stream. A canvas, you felters have crazy amount of patience to do these projects. I'm lazy. I like to have a machine doing 95% of the work for me. Well, you do get felting machines. There are attachments, I believe, you can put onto a sewing machine that'll do 2D felting. And there's a has anyone tried the felting needle machine torture device? It probably isn't as bad as all that, but it terrifies me. That it's a big, bulky, I think it's like thicker than this, but way longer, and a big machine that felts a gazillion times a second. So if you're going to stab your finger, you can do it many times at once. Terrifies me. So yeah, there are machines that you can get to do it. But yeah. Faith, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you here. Oh, Sophie, Pam will send you a 3-needle tool to try. Okay, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, I think. No, I do. Sounds terrifying. Okay, guys, I think that will do us, but thank you so much for joining me. It has actually been awesome. I've had great fun. Yeah, you guys have a great week, and I will remember and sit and stare awkwardly at the camera before I switch you off. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Awkward 10-second pause while things... So did this work?